This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Wednesday, January 28th, starting the day off with some freezing fog in the area, which can not only reduce visibility but lead to slick roads. Now, freezing fog forms when fog makes contact with objects or surfaces at or below freezing. The fog produces a drizzle that will freeze and form a clear glaze, presenting a hazard similar to black ice. A freezing fog advisory is usually issued when light ice accumulations are expected, so keep an eye on your local forecast. It is important to take precautionary measures if traveling. Once the fog burns off around noon today, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 43. Clouds will move in this evening and the fog will return. The low tonight will be 33. Here are today's headlines. Governor Greg Abbott on Tuesday charged all Texas public universities and state agencies to freeze new H-1B visa applications until the next legislative session ends in 2027. Under Abbott's directive, public universities and state agencies cannot initiate or file for new H-1B visas until May 31, 2027, without written permission from the Texas Workforce Commission. Abbott said the freeze will provide time for state lawmakers to create guardrails for the H-1B program and for the federal government to implement its reforms. State and federal leaders have increasingly scrutinized the H-1B program and how employers, including higher education institutions, hospital systems, and public school districts, sponsor foreign workers in specialized fields. Abbott has said he wants to identify what jobs H-1B visa holders are filling that cannot be filled by Texans. In his Tuesday letter to state agency heads, he suggested that some employers have failed to make good faith efforts to recruit U.S. workers before seeking foreign workers. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is seeking to transform the H-1B visa program, including a $100,000 fee for new petitioners and a new weighted system for awarding visas that prioritizes workers with higher pay and skills. In other news, 3 brothers, all under 10 years old, have died after falling through the ice on a pond in Texas. The boys, aged 6, 8, and 9, died on Monday. That's according to Fannin County Sheriff Cody Shook. The 2 oldest boys were pulled from the water by first responders and a neighbor. They were immediately given medical care and then taken to a hospital. The 6-year-old did not resurface but was later recovered after an extensive search of the pond. The accident happened at a privately owned pond in Bonham, a community of over 11,000 located about 60 miles northeast of Dallas. At least 35 deaths across the country have been attributed to the massive winter storm that struck over the weekend. Next up, 2 months before the premiere of It Ends With Us in 2024, an unfinished preview of the film was shown at East Texas author Colleen Hoover's Book Bonanza in Grapevine. The film, which stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, adapted Hoover's book about a cycle of domestic violence. The screening appeared to go smoothly. Baldoni, who was also the film's director, did not make an appearance, but Lively and another co-star, Brandon Sklenar, did, and they spoke for a moderated panel. Afterward, some guests raved about the film on social media. Not many people knew it then, but Baldoni's absence was a sign of a deeper conflict between him and Lively, one that has since grown into an acrimonious legal battle, engrossing the entertainment world and reigniting debates around gender and power dynamics in Hollywood. Court documents released over the last year reveal how the Grapevine event marked a prominent moment in that rift. Lively filed a complaint in December of 2024 with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Baldoni of sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior during production of It Ends With Us. She also accused him of orchestrating a public smear campaign against her after she reported the misconduct to Baldoni and executives of Sony Pictures, the movie's distributor. She said the campaign negatively impacted her professional life. In the wake of Lively's allegations, Baldoni was dropped by his talent agency that same month. Lively then sued Baldoni, his production company, and his publicist, among others connected to It Ends With Us, for the alleged sexual harassment and retaliatory action. And Snarf's Sandwiches is taking a bite out of Dallas-Fort Worth with its first restaurant opening near Dallas Love Field last year and more opening in North Texas neighborhoods this year. The restaurant was created by Jimmy Snarf Seidel, who got his nickname from a former girlfriend who said he wolfed down his food. That was in the 80s, and Seidel still answers to Snarf. His sandwich shop, which started in Boulder, Colorado back in 1996, has now grown to 50 locations. For the past decade, Snarf's has sold his best-selling Italian and a prime rib and provolone sandwich in Austin. It's Dallas's turn now. Just name an affluent area of Dallas, and Snarf's is probably moving in. 2 locations are already open, one in Bluffview and another in far north Dallas, with 3 more on the way in the next month or so. One in Lakewood, another in University Park, and one more in Preston Hollow. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.